Hello, it's Brandon, and welcome to an overcast online race on ACC. I'm going to be driving the M6 GT3 today, and just like the last race, I'm going to be having no practice. All I did was a singular outlap in the qualifying session, just to feel what the car's like. I can tell you the tyres right now are very cold. I'm backing off very early into the first corner to avoid going into anyone, but right away after the first corner I get all slippy, forgetting that the tyres are still cold. That was quite a lucky save. But holding my position in 13th is where I think I started. I'm not 100% sure, I didn't check. But yeah, a clean start at least. A big field to get through, so just gonna have to take it one car at a time. One guy goes right off the track. I nearly get past the Porsche, but not quite. So holding it behind him, coming down to the first chicane for the first time, and this is a corner you don't really want to be overtaking on, which that guy thinks he can. Ends up smacking the green Ferrari off the track. So they're still side by side. Looks like there's a bit of contact going on there, and yeah, he shoots off and does a bit of rallycross. I backed off pretty early there, keeping a very tight line because I was pretty scared he was going to come flying back onto the track and take me out. Luckily, got through there pretty cleanly. Now it's my turn to deal with the green Ferrari, who doesn't seem to have the best connection. He's a bit jumpy all over the place. Just holding my line, just keeping my space between us, and then that red Ferrari from before comes flying through, nearly takes me with him. But I keep my position, just lost a little bit of time to the green Ferrari in front. That Porsche behind me is getting really fighty and ready to get past me, but I know I have the pace advantage on him, so I need to get past this green Ferrari as soon as I can, which was done right there as he gave me all the room I needed to get through. That's the first lap done, and I'm pretty happy with my progress so far. I've got another red Ferrari in front of me, and after that looks like we have a bunch of clear space to for me to have some time to get my lines and braking points all sorted. But it looks like I'm catching this guy pretty quickly. I want to make a move soon. He actually brakes really early there, so I just go straight for the inside. Another free position for me. And yeah, you gotta, when you're in these situations, when you're catching up to people, you know you're faster than them, be aware of where they brake. See if you can spot areas where they're braking really early. When they do that, you just go straight for the inside, and you should have a position just like that. Yeah, so there's a bit of space between me and the next person. There's actually a group of them. That could be a fun battle. Hopefully they don't take each other out before I get there. This chicane you can actually use a lot of track on. When you're racing, there's actually some cones on that chicane. You can't see them in the replay for some reason, but it looks like I'm cutting the chicane, but as long as you don't hit the cones, you're fine within track limits. I do push it a little bit on a few laps in this race, but generally I'm alright. Right, I'll be quiet for a little bit while I catch up to these few drivers. Alrighty, so those fellas going side by side through the first corner, that's slowing them down a little bit, and already I am right behind them, making it into a four-way battle for, I believe, I'm not actually too sure, maybe 4th place in the front of this group. There's Mercedes that's gone and parked itself there. I'm not sure if that's for position or not. We'll find out soon enough, I think. But we've got some battling going on up ahead, coming to the first chicane of the course. Always a bit of contact, and that Bentley, he's off into the gravel. He ain't coming back too quick. Okay, so now it's just down to 3 of us, and now I'm thinking maybe I should be a bit careful around this McLaren. Looked like he didn't give that Bentley much room. Goes for a defensive move. Porsche can't quite make it through. Oh, he's all over the place, and the Porsche actually does manage to squeeze himself through, but then he comes back on the McLaren into me, and there's nowhere for me to go, so sorry mate, I have to throw him off the course there. Alright, now it's my turn to catch up to McLaren and deal with him. I'm not sure how quick it's going to be, but we'll see. And then after that, we should be... Okay, it's updated. I am in 5th position. We should be fighting for the podium after I get to him, which hopefully can be done. Let's see. Okay, he's making a few mistakes coming out of there. Caught back up to him. Coming onto the 3rd lap, I think. Got that slipstream. It's not a very long straight, so the slipstream isn't that effective, but I have my run out of the corner was good enough to get me alongside him. He cuts right across, so I just let him have it. Don't want to be too aggressive or things turn out bad. I'm also getting a little bit slidey here and there, still not getting the tyres up to temp. But I managed to have a nice run out of that corner, and on the inside I go. Just gotta keep a tight line. Hopefully he doesn't cut me off like he did with the Bentley. But that's one more position, and I am now in 4th position. I can see, I think, 3rd in the distance there. No, there's someone else. I'm not 100% sure. Bit slidey out that chicane. Okay, so that guy ahead of us is 3rd place. I'll be quiet until I catch up to him. Okay, so we are getting a little bit closer now, and we can also see a Mercedes. He's slowing down really early, and so is the Porsche. I'm going to have to pull to the outside there. Don't know what they were up to. They broke really early, so all I really could do is just try to avoid them. Luckily I kept facing forward. That Porsche got straight through. Okay, well that brings them both closer to me. Now all I have to do is find my way through. By the looks of things, 1st place is out of sight, so it's going to be a tough challenge to get up to him, but for now that's not my focus. It's just to catch up to these guys and see what I can do with them. Oh, that Porsche goes really deep, really deep, and that allows the Mercedes to get right alongside him again, battling once more, allowing me to get even closer behind them. So at this point there's not really any opportunity for me to get through unless they take each other out. Okay, I didn't get the best exit there. They're still side by side. If I was really close, I could sneak on the inside and tuck right in behind that Porsche, but I'm just not close enough here. Still side by side. At least they're giving each other some space. That guy pulled right to the outside, so anyway, I'll take that. Thank you very much. That's one more position for me, I think. Yep, I'm in front of him now. And I am in 3rd place, so we're in the podium at this point. Just got to hold it here and push forward. Now, we've got a bit of a straight. This is not really an overtaking corner, but yeah, he's going for some defensive move anyway. Have to hold back. This chicane, you really don't want to hit the curbs too much or you'll go flying. And most likely end up facing backwards, which is not ideal. Once again into this chicane where you can use a lot of the curbs. Right over them. Oh, and he's binned it. Okay, well I'll take that position. I'm in 2nd position now. And I guess we will just speed up ahead till when I'm behind the 1st driver, like we are now. So we're about 1.5 laps ahead of where we just were. And I am now catching up to 1st place. I'm pretty far ahead of whoever's behind me now. I can't even see them in my mirrors. But yeah, this driver made a mistake at some point, or maybe spun, because he was about 10 seconds ahead, and all of a sudden within a lap and a half I was this close to him, so he had obviously made some sort of mistake. At this point I had pretty much solidified all my driving lines, my braking points and things. I was still slamming the throttle a bit too much out of some corners. You'll see me getting a bit sideways at some points, but that's just me eager to catch up to this guy, which I really was, because getting from near the back to 1st place, that's always nice. So I'll go for that as hard as I can. Onto the 5th or 6th or 7th lap. I've lost track at this point. It doesn't matter as long as we get there before the end of the race, which is either a 10 or a 15-minute race. I also can't remember. This guy's not driving too badly, so it's going to take some effort to catch up to him, and even more effort to distract him, make him force him into a mistake. Okay, at this point I'm getting pretty close to him, almost within range where I can make some sort of attacking moves, maybe even some dummy moves that might distract him. Not just yet, he's still got enough space between us, but right there I closed in a decent amount. My exit isn't that bad, but his is even better. So this battle continues into the next lap, which might be the 9th lap. Into the final chicane, using all the curbing I can without penalising myself. He gets quite loose in the exit. That allows me to get almost within attacking range. I'm in a half a second gap to him. I make a dummy move, seeing if I can distract him, but no, he holds me off still. We get around the first corner, all fine. And it looks like there's a Mercedes off the track. Now there's not too many overtaking opportunities on this track. This chicane possibly could be one of them. It's just a very risky place. You can't go side by side through here. Someone's going to go bouncing over those curbs if you do that. This corner here could be one, but once again, you can't really go side by side through it. Braking where I normally do, using all that curbing. I get right up behind him. From here till the next braking point, there's no real opportunity. But that braking point is approaching fast, and this is an overtaking opportunity. He goes straight for the defensive move because he knows I'm right there. I wonder if I can get this done. This might actually be the last lap. Go through that final small kink for the final time, I think. He's all defensive. I'm going to have to do something. Go for a really late dive on the outside, see if I can hold him there. He's done all he can, and he's done a good job of it. He keeps himself into first, and we go to the line, and he claims his first position, but I'm pretty happy with second place, coming from wherever I started, 13th. That's a pretty good job, I think. I hope you guys enjoyed this race. Let us know what else you want to see on ACC in the comments. Subscribe and like if you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time.